Hello, divine beings. It's Saint M Thrift Day. They, them pronouns. Welcome to another The Other Side podcast. And today I'm going to be giving you an ascension hack. An ascension hack. And this is just showing you, I'm going to be just giving you information regarding how I move through difficult emotions. There's one period in time when I was doing a lot of crying, and I had to learn how to be stable in my emotional being and my body, as well as learn to emotionally regulate myself after experiencing so much trauma, complex trauma across my childhood and in my relationships and in my environment. I had to really learn how to do this. So I'm offering this to you because in the trauma healing journey, the spiritual awakening ascension journey, the dark night of the soul, there are going to be difficult emotions that may come up. And knowing how to move through them with ease and grace will assist you in being able to move through the transformative process. Because what we don't feel becomes still and creates buildups energetically, which creates blockages, which creates issues in our physical or mental health. And so we must learn to feel in a way that is beneficial. So let's get into it. In terms of your emotions, the first thing I like to ask if this is a difficult emotion is this mine? Is this mine? Before I realized that this was the case, I used to pick up on a lot of people's emotions, a lot of people's emotional energies that I would just think it was me. I just thought, man, I'm just emotionally all over the place. But that was not the truth. That was not the truth. What was happening was that, yes, there was trauma I was healing through, and I'm grateful that I am fully healed from my trauma, and I am fully healed across my mind, body, soul, energy, all of it have come into balance. Healing is a coming into balance within oneself. And that was not the case. What was happening many of those times was that I was taking on other people's emotions, and I had to learn what was not mine, what wasn't divinely, rightfully, and justfully mine to experience. So if you want to practice is this mine, and getting a yes or no answer, I do have a video, a podcast episode about yes and no decision making and intuition development. So definitely head over there. And so if it's not yours, don't claim it. Release it. Whatever you claim, you invite into your field. You invite into your energy. And so, if it ain't yours, say bye-bye and close the door. Now, if it is yours, then you want to get into it. Okay, you say, all right, this belongs to me, so it's my responsibility to process. This is where the feeling comes in. Being in a non-judgmental, open awareness space where you can be mindful of the sensations of what you are feeling and experiencing in these difficult emotions. Bringing your attention and awareness to okay, there's this difficult emotion. How am I experiencing it? Where is it activating? What is it bringing up for me? And this is the fun part, y'all. Don't run away. Don't run away. This is where you lean in with curiosity, right? So the questions I just asked was a way to lean in to the experience, to be curious. I'm experiencing this emotion. I am experiencing it in this way. This is how it's coming up for me. These are the physical sensations I feel with this emotion. These are the thoughts that are arising with this emotion. You're beginning to map this emotion. The reason I say you're mapping the emotion is so as you begin to understand how you experience this emotion, when it comes up again, you'll be aware. You'll be aware. This is definitely important for those who experience a lot of dissociation in their bodies, who are not as embodied. And I used to be that. I used to not feel my emotions fully because they were just like huge torrents that threatened to sweep me off. But that is the case no longer. Because I've developed a relationship to understanding my experience of the emotions from a non-judgment, open, and curious space. And so as you lean in, I like to imagine I'm literally like diving into the emotion. Like imagine myself like diving into the waters. You're diving into your water body. Your emotions are held in your sacral chakra. This is associated with the element of water. And you also have a water emotional, subtle body where your emotions are stored. And so if you find yourself in emotional cycles, this being curious and literally diving into the emotion can help you understand the next part, the root. What is the root? So when I dive into emotion, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. All right, let's dive in. What is the root of this? Sometimes emotions can just merely be masquerades or masks for something deeper. If you have a propensity to feel or to be okay with feeling certain emotions or the others, or you villainize or you see some emotions as negative, then you may have wired yourself to put a mask on the truth of your actual emotions because that's preferred. And so you get to the root. Again, doing this in a space of meditation, a space of, I call it my cave. I go into my cave and I'm like, all right, I'm in my cave, I'm safe, I know no one can hurt me. If you need to, you can call in your spiritual team for support. Just ask them to send you love. And then you ask, okay, what is the root? What is the root? And it will arise. As you ask the question, what is the root of this emotion? First mind is the best mind. First sensation is the best sensation. This is again getting you in the practice of learning how to read yourself. You may see like the spiritualists or some intuitives, they're reading your energy, but it is important that you learn to read yourself before you start reading other people's. I mean, it's in and out actually. You learn to read yourself, which helps you read other people's energy, which you learn and understand yourself, what helps you understand others, right? But you are in their body and your vessel. So you get to the root and you say, okay, I'm experiencing this difficult emotion. This is where it's coming from. And then when you understand that, you go, what is it trying to tell me? What is the learning here? What can I gain from this difficult emotion? What's it trying to show me? Sometimes there are certain emotions that are triggered within you by your inner demons, which you can turn to allies. I have a meditation for that because they're trying to get your attention. Something within you is trying to get your attention. And the only way for your attention to be got is for it to be amplified, for the feeling to be amplified, for the thought to be amplified, for the yearning, for the desire to be amplified, for the difficultness to be amplified. And so sometimes it's merely like, hey, knock, knock, knock. I'm knocking on the door. You haven't been listening. And so I'm going to amplify this so you can hear me. And in the case of those, a trauma-informed perspective, these are emotional, these can be emotional cycles. These can be deeper emotions that are ready to be released regarding past experiences, past traumatic experiences. And so if you're experiencing an emotion, you're like, where is this coming from? Getting to the root and be like, oh, this is coming from because that time period. This is also very helpful for triggers. I have a beauty of triggers. You should listen to that if this is resonating for you. When you're triggered and you experience a difficult emotion from someone's trigger, understanding where it's coming from and what it is trying to tell you about your journey into wholeness. And as you sit with it and see the wisdom of your emotional body, the intuition in your emotions, y'all, because your emotions are energy and motion moving through. And there is intuitive knowingness to be gained from it as well. It's not just your intuition is in your higher chakras, your third eye, your crown. Your intuition also lives within your emotions. Your emotions can be the guide. And it connects you to that animal instinct within you. You are an animal. It connects you to the feeling. And so in moving through difficult emotions, once you are able to understand what it's trying to teach you and the wisdom of this, then you can shift it. You go, oh, okay, I see, I understand what's happening. Thank you. Got it. Let's shift it. Now, you can shift. You are the sovereign being, the sovereign ruler of your kingdom, and your kingdom is the kingdom of you, the kingdom of your energy. You can shift your energies. You can release and let go if you so desire. This is where you can have fun with it. Being able to shift this energy state to another energy state within you. I shift the energy of this shame into unconditional self-love and acceptance. And there it is. That was me moving through energy, y'all. When I do that, I'm moving energies. Someone needed that shift. And so if that was you, simply be with what has occurred within you. And so we move through the process. Is this mine? Yes. Let's delve in. No, I don't claim it. It ain't mine. Bye-bye. Close the door. And if it is yes, sometimes all that is needed is to simply just be. To be. As you ascend, your literal cells, the literal energies of your being vibrate faster and faster and faster. And it's as if it is literally anything that is lower density energies are vibrated out of your out of your being. And so as these energies move faster and faster, these lower vibrational energies are coming up. They're coming up from the root of your being, from your etheric body, your physical subtle body. They're coming up and out of you to be felt and experienced. I call it the purging process. You're literally purging and releasing. And in the process of purging and releasing, you can also be shifting energies. I'm noticing I'm releasing this sadness. Well, how about if I shift this sadness as it is released to appreciation? And so I'm getting the question, how do you know whether you should just feel the experience of the emotions, the difficult feeling, or if you should just dive deeper into it? This is where you feel it. Remember, you have to feel it. You have to feel it non-judgmentally with openness. And as you sit with that emotion and you're feeling it, you can ask the question, is there deeper to go? Or do I need to just feel and purge? What you're doing is when you get in the habit of asking yourself, your body's intelligent and your higher self is always there. You can always ask your higher self for guidance. But you will know within you when you ask the question, what is true for you to do? I can give you a whole well, if this happens, then you need to do this. But the truth is, everyone's a unique individual. And so in that moment in time, ask yourself and feel it. And again, if you need assistance with feeling the yeses and the nos, the expansions and the contractions in your body, I do have a podcast for that. You can listen to that. So this is my process that I have developed in terms of moving through difficult emotions. And the sequence of it, you can call it an exercise of sort. And as you get into the practice of this and you continue to use this template that I've given you to move and navigate and learn to shift your energies, remember, you are an alchemist. You are the sovereign ruler of your kingdom and the kingdom of you. You have control over your body, over your cells, and over your conscious, over, I'd say, your energy, your subtle energy. And you're doing it all the time. You're just unaware of it most of the time if you are not fully awakened. It's happening in the background. The things you think, the beliefs, the programmings, all of that. And so when you get into the knowing that you are the sovereign ruler of your kingdom and the kingdom of you, then you will be able to learn to shift. And it's not even a learning, it's merely a knowing that you have the power to do that. You have the power. Give yourself the permission to do it for yourself. How about that? I give myself permission to be embodied in the power of shifting my own energies. And this is a practice, y'all. This is a practice. This is a practice. So you might not get it the first time, but you will get it. If you continue to do it, you will. You will. All right? All right, y'all. So I'm going to close off there. I hope that was helpful for you. Definitely share your experience with this exercise practice below. And as you move forward, wherever, whenever you are, take care of yourself deeply, deeply self-care. I don't take you for granted, so I hope you don't take you for granted. Thank you for showing up, and thank yourself for showing up. I love you, and I'm sending you off with unconditional love and light and peace and harmony. Bye.